G'day guys, my name is Boomerang and welcome to Would You Rather. This is a free game online. It just proposes two scenarios and you have to pick which one you prefer. You can do the most hilarious, the most logical, the most ridiculous, whatever you want. So a lot of YouTubers do this, I know. I wanted to give it a go because I've watched a lot of them. And yeah, so we're just going to go straight into it and see what we get. So, the first one is, if you were at the end of the world, would you rather throw yourself into lava or drown yourself in a tsunami? Everyone thinks that dying in lava is like an instant death, which it's not. You'll burn alive basically. Yes, it's extremely hot, but if you've seen videos of people throwing stuff into volcanoes, it um, kind of catches a light and then doesn't like explode or submerge and then instant death. Um, and dying by fire is supposed to be like burning alive is supposed to be the most painful experience ever, which I believe. I'm not going to go out and test it because fuck that. But drowning by a tsunami is also a very long, or kind of long, because 30 seconds of breath and then you pass out and die. But I think I would rather drown than be set on fire. So I'm going to go with that. But people prefer throwing themselves into lava. Other comments say useless stuff. Okay, would you rather work 10 hours a day, 4 days a week, or work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week? I think I would prefer a 3-day weekend. Um, Working 10 hours a day is long, yes, but working 5 days would be a lot more draining, I think, because then it's like, oh, I have work tomorrow, oh, I have work tomorrow, and then you get to Friday, and then the weekend's 2 days, and that's not enough time to relax and do shit all. So I think I'd prefer to work 4 10-hour days than 5 8-hour days. And most people agree. Only listen to the Beatles or only listen to the Rolling Stones. That's a tough one because I kind of like both. Um, I might go the Beatles. I don't know, just prefer them a little. Actually, no, I do prefer the Rolling Stones over the Beatles. Apparently, people don't agree with me. Any goodness. Would you rather be a hometown hero or be a sea-level celebrity no one really likes? I'd rather be a hometown hero just because where I grew up in South Australia, it was very like small communities. Like it wasn't like a population of 500 or anything, but it was a lot smaller. And I don't know, being known by a small town would be a lot better than being known by a lot of people and not really being liked. Yeah, that was a whitewash. I don't know if whitewash was the right word, but did you never play computer games again or never watch any video on a computer again? Now, this is where the loopholes come in because computer games, that means I could still play my Xbox because that's on an Xbox, not a computer. Never watch any video on a computer again. I have a Samsung tablet, so I could watch a video on that. That's still a decent sized screen. Itchy eye. Which do I do use my? Wait, no, never mind that. Yeah, because then I can still do uni study, like watch uni videos on the tablet anyway, and write on the computer. Um, I'm gonna go with never play video on a computer because I record my games on my computer. So I'm gonna go with that. No, okay. Each to their own, I guess. Um, would you rather have an average house in the middle of a city or have a mansion miles away from civilization? In the middle of a city, do we mean like CBD middle of the city or does the suburbs count? Because I have an average house in the suburbs and it's good. I mean, There's tons of floor space. There's individual space for me and my siblings so we don't kill each other. And even if I was like, if I had acreage, I still wouldn't want a mansion. I'd like a medium-sized house on acreage, rather than a massive house miles away. But I'm gonna go with average house because I'd much prefer a house than a mansion. Which, oh my god, he'd rather have a shitty little dump than a big house. But what's the point of having a big house if you have like 20 rooms with nothing in it? I'd much rather have a 3-bedroom house with everything where it needs to be and have better shit in it rather than a good house with fuck all in it. And people want the mansion. This game's weird. Would I be a ghost or a vampire? I'd much rather be a ghost. I could be like Peeves from Harry Potter. Mess with people and haunt people. And that sounds like a lot more fun than coming out at night and sucking people's blood out of them and biting them and evaporating when the sun comes out and not being able to see yourself in the mirror. So a ghost would be so much better. You can mess with people's lives and that's fun. Would you rather only write in cursive or only write in caps? So look like a prude or yell all the time. I think I'd write the cursive because it is aesthetically pleasing, whereas caps looks like a 4-year-old's writing something and that's all they know how to do. I don't know. I know my video titles are in caps, but that's just to draw attention because you can't do cursive text on YouTube. But if it's neat cursive, not that like super like italicized cursive that all the letters are like there's 6 letters in a space like this big. Like ye olde cursive, that's excessive. Like I can't read my grandparents' writing, but I'd much rather cursive than caps. If you had to do one every other year, so like odd years, would you rather live completely alone on an island or be overworked in a cramped factory? It depends. How big's the island? How are the resources? Is there shit to do? Like, I'm gonna be super fit, like climbing trees for coconuts and making friends with the wildlife and building a house on an island and wait, and at the end of the year, is it just like poof, I'm back at my normal house? Or do I have to escape the island? Or am I overthinking this way too much? Being overworked in a cramped factory, how cramped is that? Is that like Santa's workshop sort of thing? Or is there still a place to move or I'm going to be running into people? Because that's a pain. I don't like that. And then I get money, which if you're alone on an island for a year, that's like full-time wage of say $60,000 a year. That's gonna equate a lot. Do you have to pay for stuff when you're on the island as well? Like, do you have to pay rent and electrical bills and shit? I might go cramped in a factory because you'd get used to it. Whereas living on an island, it'd be like, oh sweet, I have an island all to myself, and then you're gonna be bored as all hell. And a year is a long time to be alone, so I'm gonna go cramped factory. Never mind. While on the island, you would have no human interaction. You would have everything needed to survive comfortably. Work conditions are in a factory are fairly miserable. I guess, but you don't know that you're going to have everything on that island. Like, it could have one palm tree and no water. And then, like, yes, you can boil salt water, but if you cut down that palm tree to make the fire, you aren't going to have any food because there were coconuts on that tree or whatever, I think. Slay a dragon or rescue the princess? I'd slay it. Like, do I get mortally injured slaying the dragon? Because fighting a dragon would be cool. Like Skyrim sort of thing. Or King Arthur and all that sort of stuff. Rescuing a princess is... You have to slay the dragon to rescue the princess, don't you? Like that's every princess dragon fairy tale ever. I mean, in Shrek they didn't slay the dragon, but they stopped it, and that was a child's film, so they're not going to slay a dragon in that. I'd rather fight a dragon and live, because that'd be a badass story. People would rescue the princess. People just want to get laid. Because I think it'd be a lot more practical. Be Batman or Superman? Batman. Superman is overrated and overpowered, and being Batman would be cool. I mean, yes, being able to fly and shoot lasers from your eyes and shit would be cool, but he has too many powers, so I don't like Superman just because of that. Granted, I like the Flash, and he's better than Superman because he can do more, but I prefer to be Batman. Just, I don't know. There's more stealth required to be Batman, and stealth is cool. Would you rather constantly have a 40-pound weight on your shoulders, that's 18 kilos, I think? Constantly have 10-pound weights on each of your feet. So it's like 40 pounds, like a barbell sort of thing, so spread across, and then 10 pounds on each foot. 10 pounds is only like 4.5 kilos. So 4.5 kilos on each foot rather than 18 kilos, so 9 kilos per shoulder. I'm going to go 10 pounds on my feet because it's less weight. And your legs would be like strong as, but they wouldn't be overworked. Whereas on your shoulders, you're going to have back pains and neck pains. And okay. Would you rather be able to control / talk to machines? So, like not telekinesis, that's moving stuff. Telepathic conversations, I guess, or physical through the hand communication stuff, or be able to produce an unlimited amount of electricity. I reckon electricity, you could power your house for free. You could throw lightning at people, and you'd be your own defibrillator, so if someone like has a heart attack, you can start their heart just by touching them. That'd be really cool. I'm gonna go with produce, and then you can like electrocute people that piss you off. I'm gonna go with that. Would you rather be permanently mute or amputate one of your arms? Permanently mute, maybe, because I'd still have my arms, I can still do stuff, whereas I can learn sign language. I can still read, I can hear, I can't say anything, so I can like write stuff down to people, I can talk on Facebook. Whereas if I amputated one of my arms, sign language would be a lot harder. If I lost my right arm, I'd have to learn how to write with my left. So I'm going to be permanently mute, just because I think it's a bit more adjustable than losing an arm. Okay, here's one that I'm curious. Play dodgeball or foursquare, which is like handball, not European handball, shoot for goals, but foursquare handball. They're both good. Like playing dodgeball is alright if you have a good arm to throw and evasive skills, which I have a pretty good arm, but I tend to focus on who I'm throwing the ball at, not who's throwing the ball at me, so I get out easily. But foursquare I used to be alright at. I think it's a lot more fun. It's a lot more engaging for a lot more people, because you don't have to have brute strength or thought accuracy. You just have to be able to hit a ball, which if you have general motor skills is pretty easy. But people would prefer dodgeball. But I don't know. We always used to play. Well, we didn't play. We played foursquare, but we didn't have a foursquare court, so we used like 7 squares in a line. So you had to do massive like looping shots to get to the other end, which was good fun because then it was like a tennis lob, so you had to like jump up to hit it, and it was better. I don't know. We didn't really play dodgeball that much at school, so that was more of the rec PE class, whereas I was in the OP university style PE class is probably the best way to put it. So yeah, we didn't play dodgeball that much. Okay, I think this is a pretty good one to end on. If you could only save lives through 2 ways, would you rather prevent World War II and all the war-related deaths that went along with it, Holocaust included, or cure all forms of cancer and STDs including AIDS. There are a lot of deaths in the war. Though. Like there were 600,000 Jewish people killed during the Holocaust, and like 50,000 Australians died in World War I, and all that sort of stuff. But a lot of people have died of cancer, and a lot of people are infected by STDs, and AIDS has killed a lot of people. Um, it's really tough, but I think if you prevent all the World War deaths, then oh, that's a tough one. Um, but I know I could argue that anyone in the war was going to die anyway because they joined the war, but anyone who gets cancer can die from cancer as well. Wait, that argument doesn't make any sense. I'm going to go with cancer and STDs because it's a more like World War II and stuff was horrible, but the chances of people getting an STD or cancer is a lot more prominent now than like a Holocaust style event. So I'm going to go with that. And a lot of people agree. Um, that was a good one to end on. Yeah, this was Would You Rather. If you want to see more of this, just let me know in the comments below. If you liked it, hit that like button. That would be awesome. If you didn't like it, let me know and I will improve for next time. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.